Hey guys, welcome to Monday. Let me just get my camera right here. No, it's the wrong way. That looks a little bit better. Definitely aren't live on the app or the website through Chrome. It does say I'm on the air. Brian, are you getting anything? I should be on the air. Is this the Dark Ages? No. It's the good ages when video games were good. Audio and video is good. Okay, good. So I haven't actually started the game yet, and that's because there is an introduction at the beginning of the game that runs when you first start it. So I'm gonna wait and start it for that. We'll give Mace a second though to see if he can get back in. Somehow you're in a blackout area. You have no Twitch. Well, if you can't refresh, do you get any Twitch at all? I guess he can't hear me. Hard refresh. Do you get like the front page of Twitch? Do you get like that whatever game is being played on the front page? I think he's watching on a phone or a tablet or something. Everything seems okay on my end. Twitch isn't showing me as having any viewers. I will say that. Although, I guess OBS... This is not right either. This should be this way a bit. Yeah. Well, this is something that this is beyond my control. I don't know why Maze can't see. But I am live. And on the Twitch app, I do show viewers and everything like that. So I guess it's a problem on Mace's end. So before we start the game, I do want to talk a little bit about the guy who made the game, because... Alright. Hold on a sec here. Alright. Okay. Like I was saying, before we start the game, I do want to talk a little bit about the guy who made the game. Kenji Hino is, or was, he's no longer with us actually, he died in 2013. He was a game developer and a musician. So he made video games, but he also did music for video games, for TV, that kind of stuff. And he he was very independent, as you know, by the definition of independent developer, he was very independent. And there are a lot of crazy stories about Kenji Eno, but there are a couple that are pertinent to D that we're going to talk about real quick. You see the Warp logo on the right, and he headed a few development studios, but mostly he's most famous for Warp. And Warp created, out of Warp came D on the Saturn and PlayStation, Enemy Zero on the Saturn, and D2 on the Dreamcast. And those are probably his most famous games, although there were others, including a game that was entirely made of sound. There was no graphics at all. So a couple stories about D. When he went to submit D to the ESRB, he knew that it wouldn't fly because of the subject matter. And so he submitted an edited version to them. And then he waited until the very last second to submit the master to go gold. And by doing that, it meant that he knew that he wouldn't be able to send it in the mail, or however they normally would send the master to the manufacturer. He knew that he would have to hand deliver it. So on the way, on the airplane, he switched the copies to the unedited version. So the game we're going to play tonight, D, is actually not rated by the ESRB. It's the unedited version that they never saw. But the other story about D is that originally D came out on the Saturn and on the PlayStation. But Kenji Eno was not happy with how Sony handled the game on the PlayStation. I think specifically he didn't like how many copies they produced and how they marketed it. He felt like it didn't sell well because of them. Enemy Zero was going to be a PlayStation game, a PlayStation exclusive. And at a Sony conference, in front of all the bigwigs and the executives, Sony execs, and all that kind of stuff, he was doing a presentation about Enemy Zero, and behind him on a screen was a Sony logo. And as he was wrapping up his presentation in front of all these Sony execs and everything like that, the logo morphed into a Saturn logo, and he said that Enemy Zero would be a Saturn exclusive. And he burned every bridge with Sony at that point. Like, there was no going back. There was never another game by Kenji Eno on a Sony platform. There were some more on Saturn. There were some on Dreamcast. There was some on the Wii. I think the last one he put out before he died was on the Wii. But he was like that. Pretty cray. All right, we're back. That's good. So there's a little background. And I guess we'll go ahead and start the game, and we'll just watch the opening. Now, I have the sound up fairly loud, louder than I normally would. The game is very quiet, unless something is happening. And so definitely I'm not going to be talking while most of the sound is happening. So it shouldn't be an issue as long as the sound isn't too crazy loud. I'd like to keep it up because there are no subtitles either on this game. So we're just going to have to rely on listening. So let's go ahead and start, and then you can let me know, Brian, if you think that the sound is a little loud or not. But I do want to keep it up a bit so that it can be heard. All right, there's the opening. Now, a couple things before we start. This game is on a strict 2-hour time limit, which means you have to beat it within 2 hours. You can't pause the game. We can't stop it for any reason. You get one chance to take a break, and that's in between discs, because there's 2 discs. Other than that, we're just going to go. So let's get it started. Alright, so guess what? The mic wasn't on. Unbelievable. Oh well. Okay, so here we are. Hopefully the audio comes over the video well enough. That's a real bummer. Okay, so here we are. We're in this dining room. Now we can move around very slowly. This is like, I guess, like Myst, in that you have a specific path that you can follow. Oh, hold on. Alright, so what we just found there was a little scarab or a little bug, and that you find those things and they bring back some memories. Now they're kind of randomly located throughout a certain set number of places, so we're gonna have to try to find those on our way. Let's head through this dining room. We can look at the table. Something weird happens with that plate, but there's nothing we can do with it right now.
Laura. 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 This is your father. Laura, go back. You must not cross over to this side. This is another world born of my own mind. Laura, go back. Come further and your world will be closed off from you. Laura, I'm...
Alright, so we've seen an apparition that claims to be our father. Let's go ahead and check out this door. We'll walk over to it very slowly. Welcome back, Brian. Nope. Nothing doing it. The door is locked. Alright, so we have one other way we can go, and that is this away. I know, because the mic was off. I had the switch off. That's why. Dummy. What a dummy. Anyway. Now, so we got a room here with some stairs. We got a room to our right. Let's take a look at our left, though, because we have a mirror we can investigate. Scary. I hope you were sitting down for that, Brian. Because the scares don't stop there. Yeah. I'm a little bummed about that, because I had that whole Kenji Ino thing that I wanted to get through. Okay, here's a big barrel. Let's check it out. I don't know if we can do anything with it. Yep. I mean, this is just basically, you know, pre-rendered. Like, I don't know if you were here for this, but I'm only following a track. I'm not moving around. You know, I'm pressing forward, left, right, and it's spinning to certain locations only. So, all right, let's get through this. Kind of like Myst, maybe. Yeah, the game itself. All right, let's try to get through this door. Alright, so we can't go that way. That way is protected by the spikes. We got one way left to go, and it's the staircase going up, so let's go ahead and try that. So, this game stars Laura, and Laura appears in Enemy Zero as well as D2, but they're not. She's not the same character. She's not, and they're unrelated as far as story. It really, Kenji Ino had the idea of having a digital actor. Hold on a sec. See what's behind this door. So like I was saying, he wanted to have a digital actress, and so even though she appears in all the games, she's not the same character, and the games are not related. Alright, here we find a nice bedroom. Let's take a look around. So we found a silver key. What else we got? By the way, we do have an inventory. We can bring it up by hitting the shoulder button. Here's a clock. This tells us how much time is left. We've had 15 minutes go by. We have a hard 2-minute time limit. We found our key. We have this compact. This compact is hints. You have a limited number of hints, and every time you use it, it cracks a little. And then you can't use it anymore. So we have this interesting chest of drawers here. I can select what drawer to open. I guess we'll start with the first one. The game moves very slowly. It does. Alright, We can check the other drawers, but I will tell you that there is nothing in them. Nothing yet. Alright, so we have that piece of paper. What can we do with that piece of paper? Well, there was one interesting thing in the dining room. Actually, we had this locked door too, didn't we? Maybe we should check that out as well. It's still locked, Laura. It is still locked. But what if we were to use a key? No, it's not more Comic Zone East. It didn't refresh because I couldn't get D into the like I couldn't find a way to enter D into the Twitch database. It wouldn't select the game for me. So I eventually just put it on retro. Let's take a look at this body. It's just kind of hanging out here. His arm is stuck. No, I didn't try that. Alright, so we have this thing here. We can set some numbers, but we don't have any numbers yet. So let's back away from this. We have that one piece of paper that we need to do something with. So let's head back out into the dining room. Yeah, I do remember that as being a name, but I very highly doubt that it is listed under that. Are you kidding me? Wow. Oh yeah, but then I click edit and it just says please choose a supported game. Alright. Can't waste too much time. You have to remember there is no pausing in this game. So, oops, I went the wrong way. funny that it has it listed then. You can get it listed, but it still doesn't give you anything. So here we have this strange bowl that gives us the red liquid. We look at it. Alright, so we get the numbers, Roman numerals 4-2. Now, we've seen Roman numerals before, and that is on those drawers. So let's check the drawers again. No, it's not Keystone. It is Bavaria. It's a beer from Holland, I believe. Oops, I went the wrong way. It's going to cost us, you know. If we don't, if I don't step up my game here, our time limit is going to run out. That would be sad for all of us. The bad end. We don't want the bad. If we learned anything from playing Comic Zone, it's that we don't want the bad end. So let's just slowly make our way up the stairs. It's under 2 hours. It's, you know, we'll be close to it. Hopefully. You can actually skip some parts if you know what you're doing, but I'm going to try not to. I'm going to try to hit everything. Anyway, here's if you remember the Roman numerals, it was 4 and 2. So let's hit 4. And 2. Laura's a very courteous person. She puts the drawer back. I didn't open the other drawers last time, but that wouldn't have been there if you just open them normally. I don't know if you can actually skip ahead this part and just hit the drawers in that order to get them without looking at the paper. Yep. It's a handle. So we have a big handle, and if you remember, in this room over here, there was a great big cask, but it was missing its handle. Alright, so let's go ahead and use it. Alright, so we've disabled the spike wall trap. And that means we can get through to this door. It is a pretty nice handle. Well, Kenji Eno is dead, so I don't know if you'll ever see that. Alright, so we got a door with no handle. It's got a hole in the middle, but we do have two numbers, 78. And if you remember, back upstairs, there was that box with the two-digit numbers. So maybe that's where we need to go next. This was pretty early. Actually, if you remember when I was doing Comic Zone, you remember I said that Comic Zone was a late Genesis game. Comic Zone actually came out a year after this game. So the Saturn was already out, D was already out, and then they were still releasing games for the Genesis, and Comic Zone was one of them. All right. So the number was 78, and the way this box works is you got to hit this thing here. Oh, it's going the other way. Sorry. All right. So I have to stop the first number on 7. So we're going to do that if we can. Trust me, this is a bit tricky. Alright, now we have it on 7. Now we have to get it on 8. And the way the second number works is that wherever I stop it, it will advance the number of digits that I have on the left. So in this case, it's going to advance 7 digits. So I actually need to stop it on 1. Alright, that's pretty painless. Alright, so as you may have already guessed, there actually is no, like, other than the time limit, there's no fail state, so Laura won't die. we're going to go back to that room, or to that door, that we couldn't get through that had the strange hole in it. We're going to do it very slowly. Remember, this game is a 2-hour game at this speed. And if you could move faster, it would be even quicker. Alright, so the boulder collapsed. We can't get through. We find ourselves in this creepy room. Let's take a look around. There's a drawer that we can't open. It's probably smart. You might as well wait. There's a boulder that we can't get through. There's a weird thing there. Let's go ahead and check out this, though. This painting draws my eye. Alright, so you can see the pattern that flashes quickly. We can do it as many times as we want. You don't necessarily have to remember them all. I tend to remember deer on the bottom. Because over here, we have... Oops. Now we have a door that we can't get through. Come on, Laura. Try. Nope. Doesn't happen like that. Over here we have a plate with some cups on it. And if we press the button, we can turn them. And what we want to do is match the symbols in the creepy little girl painting. So we'll do that. Deer on the bottom. Now we should be good to go. Find ourselves in another room. Oops. I was going to turn the light on for the camera, but I think the dark is very fitting for a game like D. Here's something weird. Let's take a look at that. Interesting. So Laura is seeing these bugs and getting flashbacks. They're reminding her of a past she may have forgotten. There's nothing there. Is there anything else we can look at in here? I don't think so. There's another door, so let's investigate that, shall we? Oops. Are you thinking of D2? Which we will play next. I ordered a new VGA box and a box to upscale that. So hopefully at some point, it won't be right away because we're gonna before it comes, we're gonna start D2. But at some point, we'll be playing the Dreamcasts through VGA, at least for some games. Uh-oh. So amongst the dead bodies in the little prison cell, looks like that one died praying, perhaps. We found a key, and if we recall, there was one locked drawer. So let's go take a look at that. Well, the thing is, it's really the last. Oops. As far as visuals go, it's the last upgrade I can make. You know, everything else is as good as it's going to get. So once I'm done that, I'll be satisfied. I think that I've done everything I can to make these old systems look better. Now D doesn't look that great. It's kind of grainy, and it's because of the full motion video and everything. But there are some games, a lot of the games do look quite a bit better with the RGB and all that stuff, so. I have to get out of here. I need to leave. All right, Brian. So this is a frustrating part, right? Because I want to go to that door. But it doesn't stop me there, so I actually have to go up here. And turn around. And then head to this door. We got to move back into the center of the room here, I think, and then turn around so we can get to that. Here we are. I really enjoy the way she investigates that book. But now we have a book, and if you recall, on the bookshelf there was a book missing. So what if we were to replace it? It's been all the way around. Alright, back this way. Over here. You can do it. There you go, Laura. This way. Imagine if you saw her trying to get to the bookcase like this. You'd think she was a very confused woman.
Laura. 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 What are you doing? Go back. Now. Laura, you can't stop me. Leave the hospital. Quickly. If you do not, you'll never be able to return to your own world. Do you understand, Laura? Quickly!
And it's these experiences that hardened her resolve to become the Tomb Raider that we all know and love today. Well, there we are at the end of disc 1 already. So I'm going to take a quick break here because this is the one chance I get to take a break. And then we're going to put disc 2 in, and we're going to play 1995's Best Crank Simulator when we come back here. Just give me 1 minute, guys. That's right, a good old-fashioned disc change. Never hurt anyone. Let's start the application. Well, that's good. I'm excited to know whether or not you're that's going to work for you or not, Brian. All right. So, we're in a tower, and we have this crankety-crank thing.
Laura. 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 Soon I will no longer be the man you know. I can feel my control slipping away. Quickly, before that happens, you must leave here. I want you, of all people, to be safe from me. Laura, there's nothing I can...
I actually don't know what happens if you put the second disc in first. It may not work. Anyway, let's go ahead and crank this once. You're going to see this animation. Okay, now we have to turn around and see. What we have here. This appears to be just a stone wall. Here's where you could lose a lot of time. Because there are a bunch of rooms that this can open. And if you don't know the order, if you're just kind of fooling around, you'll probably run out of time here. Okay. There should be a door. Alright, let's walk up to the door. It'll open, and we'll know from looking inside whether it's the place we want to go or not. And it is not. I believe it also does make a little funny chime when it is the correct place to go. Perhaps? We'll find out. So how was everyone's weekend? We got a lot of cranking to do, so we have time to talk. That's the wrong door as well. Remember, guys, in 1995, this was a lot of fun. No, sir, we do not want that one either. So what's the exact day that you leave, Brian? We're just turning cranks over here. We're just turning cranks. It's a little less than a month from now. You should be able to knock out Skies before then, huh? Yeah, Forza Horizon is a cool game. Meanwhile, over here, we're just turning cranks. I played some Sega Rally yesterday. That's still a great game. Alright. One more final stream for Skies of Arcadia. This should be it, I think. Ah, yes. So that's a QTE. But I failed that one on purpose. Not that I won't fail it again, because the timing is pretty tight. But this pit is one of the optional areas where you can find one of these those bugs. So we're going to fall down at least once. Double check that we didn't miss one. Okay, Paul. If there was one, we would have got it there, but alright, here we go. Oh. Failed again. The timing on these is real quick. So we're going to keep trying this until we get it. Well, you're still playing Recore as well. Yeah, I know. I know. We're doing nothing here but wasting time, though. Let's actually look around here and make sure that there's not one behind me. Alright, Laura, you can do it this time. I have faith in you. I have faith that you will become the mighty Tomb Raider you are always meant to be. Alright, I had it that time. That time, that was good. That was a good one. Alright, Laura. I have faith in you. I have faith in you. What? Alright, okay. Alright, okay. We've had our fun here. This has been a fun little jaunt in the world of video games, but now things are getting serious. Now I have to take matters into my own hands. And we have to up our game a little bit here because this is ridiculous. What's up, Vicky? Welcome to the stream. What? Alright, not real. That was not real. I definitely hit it. Maybe I gotta hold it. I wonder if I have to hold it. It's just wasting our time, you know. We only have so much time. 2 hours, and that's it. How's your weekend, Nikki? While I continuously fall. Well, that's good, Iggy. Also, welcome back to the stream, Mace. I'm glad Twitch has decided to cooperate with you. Alright, so now we need a different location. So it's more crank turning. That's right, now we have a sword. Let's take a look what's behind us. Absolutely nothing. You came at the most exciting time, Mace. The time when we get to turn this crank over again. All right, let's see what's behind this door. All right, we can take a look out of here. It's just some bars. Not much we can do though. Oop. You should be familiar with her technique. She's also a master of crank. Nothing there. We should check our time, by the way. How much time do you think is left in the video game? Come on, video game. There it is. Oh, alright. We got about an hour left. Nothing there. Remember 1996, or 1995, I'm sorry. This was very impressive. Alright, he's in the door. Let's take a look. See if it's where we want to be. No, sir, it is not. OG missed. Which came first? Mist must have come first before this. I can't imagine a world where it did not. Alright, we got another door. Let's see what's behind this one. Ah! Aha, stairs up. This is what we want. Alright, so we're outside in a garden type area. We have a tower with a door. We just passed by it. Let's go ahead and look at these items here. To the right, we have a statue of Aquarius. And we have some buttons we can push. But we don't know what buttons to push. A mist island? Wow, that would be cool. And more buttons for Sagittarius. So we got Aquarius and Sagittarius. And over here... Sorry, over here. Over here. We've got this Lovely fountain. Trippy. I made a run for a beer. Okay, we're back. Alright, so all we can do is look at the fountain. Let's see. I don't know if we can look at the fountain. Yeah. What did you just see? Well, maybe we'll find out. Alright, let's go back this way. There's a door over here. Let's take a look at it. Alright, so we've got a slot, and we need something to put in it. You'd make a mist island. You'd turn out to be like a Michael Jackson type with your own island. Okay. I don't know if there's anything else in this place. Let's turn around and just see. No, just the stairs. Alright, so we had the two statues downstairs. It was Sagittarius and Aquarius. So let's take a look at this switch first. And we can set it to Aquarius. That is Aquarius. And let's take a look through the telescope. Basically, they're asking us to remember blue. And we're going to go over here and click this again. Put her to Sag. Pretty sure that's Sagittarius. Yeah, obviously you want to avoid any kid raping. And green. So green for Sagittarius, blue for Aquarium. And now we out. I told the story at the beginning of the stream, and some of you guys may not have been here, and also you may not have heard it because I had my mic on the low decibel setting. But the story goes that Kenji Ino swapped discs because it was going to be edited. It was going to be it wouldn't have passed ESRB, so he gave them an edited version. They rated that, so the game is T for teen. But the game we're playing now was never rated. He switched it on the airplane over to bringing the masters to get it produced. So this is an unrated game on the Saturn, if we're being honest here. All right, let's take a look at what we got here. This is Aquarius, and we have... Oh, sorry. We will have to hit blue for Aquarius. We'll back out. Remember that this is all like pre-rendered CG. You know, we're not. I don't think there's anything that's in a game engine. I think we're basically probably watching videos. And his was green. You're probably right, Brian. I think standards change as the years go by. But some of the themes in the game are still very adult, as you're going to see here very soon. Back to turning the crank. You saw that pool with the chest in the middle rise. There's a room that we could have gone to earlier with the pool, but it was empty, and we couldn't get the chest because it was down in the pool, and also spikes come out and stop her. So we just skipped that part in order to save a little time here, because I do actually kind of want to beat this and not go over the time limit, because in case you guys missed it, there is a hard 2-minute time limit, 2-hour time limit in the game. If it goes past 2 hours, you lose. So, and there's no pausing the game either. Some gecko company. I think Acclaim had like a lizard or something. Also, Acclaim was crap. Like if Acclaim, they could publish things and those games would be good, but any games that they made generally were awful. Yep, just turning the crank. like this game and I like what it did, and you have to remember that it is a product of its time. Consider all... It's a 2-hour game, and consider all the time wasting that's involved in it. How slow you walk. This puzzle in particular, how you have to turn the crank so many times. It's kind of crazy to think, really, how short this game is. This was a, this would have been a $60 game. My beer can is a little precarious. It's got the bottom is a little bumped out, and doesn't quite sit nice. I'm scared. I've already ruined one keyboard. How many keyboards can I ruin? I don't want that either. Don't worry, we'll find you. Correct room. We'll find you. Excuse me one sec, guys. Man, alright. We gotta be closing in on it. We have to be closing in on it. I'm trying to think of what gecko company. I want to say it claimed it'd use some sort of like lizard for its logo or something at some point. This is where we want to be, I believe. And here we have that treasure chest. Treasure chest and a gun. Finally, the first-person shooter we always wanted.
Laura. 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 Soon I will be transformed. When that happens, my new self will have need of you. This other self is one I cannot control. It is he who has done these horrible things. Laura, leave here. He wants you.
Desperate warning, but you know, we have to find out what happened to our father, why he turned into a murderous madman. We need to know. We need these answers. We have to continue on. And that means turning the crank some more. How much time do we have left, I wonder? Let's see what our clock says. There's our gun. Oh, 40 minutes-ish. Claim did use a lizard? I thought so. They also had other publishing names too. LJN was one of theirs. Oh, there was a couple others too. What's that a picture of? I don't really have time to look, Mace, because I can't pause the game. I don't want to run out of time, but... Aha! Here's where we want to be. We can't get through the stained glass window. If we had the sword, maybe we could get through, but of course we broke that. What's left that could help us get through the window? Alright, we're in, and there's no going back. To prove that, we can try. But nope. No, sir. Alright, let's take a look around this room. Huh. It's just a hallway. I guess we have no other choice but to go forward.
to me. The one who I am to become needs blood for the change to be complete. You have seen what he will do, and it is your blood that he wants most. Laura, we are cursed. In our veins flows the blood of Dracula.
Well, I guess now we know what D stands for. Here we found a dead end. Alright, so the insects reminded her of the necklace that her mom wore. She had been suppressing memories, or her memories were suppressed, that she, in fact, killed her mom and ate her. Right. So you can see why cannibalism may not fly with the ESRB, especially in 1995. Well, we can't get back out. We can't use the shutter, so we should probably just look around and see. Oops. Get back to the middle here. D4 is unrelated completely. I mean, not only is it, I mean, D2 is unrelated to D, but also D4 is just not even remotely related. It just happens to have D in it. We're going to be playing D2 on the Dreamcast next, and that game as well. It's by the same developer, but it's unrelated as well. It has nothing to do with this game. Alright, so here we are at the puzzle that I hate the absolute most, because I don't know how to do it. You can flip these switches in 3 positions, and you can flip this switch in 3 positions, and then you can hit this button and you can get the cogs to turn. Basically, I want to line up that red dot with that hole on the right. So I'm gonna just randomly hit things until it happens. Alright, let's see if we can stop the other one from turning. No, that goes backwards. What if we go like this? What if we do this? Alright, that is neutral. Oops. Okay. We want that there. What if we tried that? Oops, not that. This. No. Crazy, huh? I don't want to go there. Alright, so this lever seems to be direction. I don't know. I don't really know. I don't really know. Usually it just happens eventually. Like this. Oh no. Ah, almost had it. Let's see if we can start turning. Oh no, I had it. Well, I had that one. It's there. Now, if I can get this to not move. Well. Can I line it up somehow? Yep. Yep, this is exactly how I remember this. You thought turning cranks was fun. Let's see here. So if I turn that all the way, nothing happens. All the way down. The left doesn't move. Let's see here. No, I don't want to go backwards. No. This game does try to waste time. It knows you're on a time limit, and it says, this is not gonna work. Alright, let's try this. Nope. Oh, you jerk. much time do we have here, I wonder? Doesn't let us look at our clock. It's probably for the best. Do we really want to know? There's nothing to do up here but examine this painting, so let's do that.
So, Laura, you've come. Now I will tell you everything. Hear me and leave before the one who is not me can emerge. Laura, in our veins flows the blood of Dracula. The time of change comes to all of his blood. It starts with lust for the strange. Then comes the desire for human flesh to make the change complete. Yes, Laura, that time came for you as well. I erased the memory, so you have forgotten. When Dracula took control of you, with those very hands you killed your mother. It is our fate to be accursed. And now you know you must leave. I feel myself changing. I want your flesh, Laura. Listen to what I say. It is your flesh that I need, just as you needed your mother's. Come to me!
Alright, so we're back in control, and we have two options. Pushing forward gives us bad end. We don't want bad end. We've come too far for bad end. What we need to do is use the gun for good end.
Laura, you've ended it. Thank you. A little more, and the change would have been complete. Perhaps, as a doctor, I wanted to see how the transformation would affect me. But that was wrong. And now, I will end my life as a man of flesh and blood. Laura, thank you. I love you. My last wish is that...
Alright, now you get some sweet music and a little behind the scenes photography. What's up, Hans? Welcome to the end of D. This is indeed the end. Watch the credits here. We got a little bit of time, actually. I had a feeling it would be a quick stream. So I might play something else on the Saturn since I got it all ready to go. Nope. I mean, the game was released in Japan, so there would have been a Japanese version. It's kind of a horror puzzle game. It's a little bit like Myst, if you know anything about Myst. Well, they made the Japanese. They would have been localized. Like it happens all the time, right? People, they make a game in Japanese, and then the game is localized. How long did we take? Probably an hour and 45 minutes-ish. The game has a 2-hour time limit, so you have to beat it in under 2 hours. Otherwise, you know. What's that music, huh? Very nice. All right, showing that we found all 4 of the insects, so we got all the extra story bits. And we had a personal thank you from Kenji Ino and Warp. Isn't that nice? How many Saturn games do I have? I don't know. Probably 70 or something. If you look down on my page, there is a list of all the games I own, and you could go there and select just the Saturn games if you wanted to see them. And that's it. This is where the game ends. If we hit start, I think it's start. It just dumps us out to the dashboard. So that's it. That's all we get. So, I don't know. I got 45 minutes, an hour left in the stream if we want. We could play another Saturn game. I was thinking maybe some Sega Rally, but if anybody else has any other suggestions, let me know. I'm going to take the stream down momentarily, but it's going to come back up and we're going to play something else. I'm not sure. Alright. I will see you guys in just 1 minute.